Beautiful people of YouTube, we are back. We got a clean retwist, but we don't have a cut. But I'm still not gonna wear a hat because y'all gotta see the motherfucking retwist. And I be seeing them forehead comments too. I be seeing them shits. I be seeing them. But today we're gonna talk about closing young motherfuckers. I've sold to a lot of people. I've sold to old people, I've sold to young people, I've sold to broke people, I've sold to rich people. Everybody has their, their advantages and disadvantages, and it's one thing to sell to a 30-year-old who has been kicked in the dick by life. Someone who doesn't make enough money, who's fucking their wife hates them, who they don't spend enough time with their kids, like they have a 9 to 5. Like it's one thing to sell to that type of person. But what about when it's a younger person who hasn't exactly been kicked in the dick by life? Maybe they're still in college, maybe they're living at home. On the surface, they don't have pain. How do you sell to that type of person? That's exactly what we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna go through all the right levers to be able to get the young bulls over the line who, again, haven't been kicked in the dick by life. They haven't lived enough. And, of course, we're gonna do a full call review on exactly how I handled someone exactly like that multiple times when I used to sell a biz op, and oftentimes we'd get the young dudes too. So don't you worry, I've been in your shoes. So if you're tuned in, make sure you got your coffee, make sure you got your upper deckies, because we got a real motherfucking treat for you. Now, if you're new here, you're probably wondering, if you're not new, welcome back. If you're new here, you're probably wondering, who is this dude and what does he know about sales? My name's Nick, I've closed $3 million in this high ticket world. I've been able to help countless others do the exact same, like Chris, who got top of the leaderboard, second month in a row on a brand new offer. We got Alex here hitting 10K a month as a setter. We got Anthony here who did 10K a month at like 21 years old. We got Zane who went from 9 grand a month to 17 grand a month our first month together. I help people get crazy results. If you want to be one of them, hit the link in the bio, see if you qualify. Let's dive in. So as I'm pulling this call up here, the cool part about this particular call that we're going to review is this is from a little while ago. It's probably from like a year and a half ago. And so the thing about that is a lot of my process has changed, and I've overall just like gotten way better. Y'all are still gonna get a lot of sauce from this, but I've gotten way better in the last year and a half. And so this is mainly gonna be a call on what to do to be able to close people who are younger and have no pain, but I'm most likely gonna periodically kind of give myself feedback and different things I could have done better, different points I could have gotten across quicker. So this is gonna be some sauce, so make sure you stay till the exact end. And this is a young Indian kid too, so that's a big win. Okay, so first things first is setting the frame, right? I always go into the calls and I really just jump into business. We're not here to be their friend. We're not here to have a nice conversation. We're here to have a necessary conversation. And it's important to understand that people are subconsciously gauging you every single time they have an interaction with you. And just in life in general, but especially on a sales call, it's, can I trust this person? Do I like this person? And can I respect this person? Which ultimately comes down to, are they on the same level as me? Are they above me or are they below me? So starting the call with a bunch of fake rapport, hey, where are you from? How's the weather there? Oh, my grandma lives there. I went there when I was fucking 12. Like, they don't care. Dive straight into business is what every other salesperson does. They're expecting these fake pleasantries so that you can get them to, fabricated way to get them to like you so that you could be able to sell something to them. So they're gonna respect you a lot more if you just dive straight in. And so this first part of the call, there's really 3 objectives, okay? It's to frame the call, let them know how it's gonna go. That's 1. It's to remain high status and then to drop their guard and put them in a decision-making state. So 4 steps, okay? And so let's dive in and see how I do it here. Also, this video is heavily blurred. Y'all are just gonna have to fucking deal with that. Again, there's a lot of sauce that you're gonna get from this. You're just gonna have to deal with the fact that it's heavily blurred because we're not trying to have the FTC coming down our throat, whoever the agency is. We don't want to violate people's privacy, guys. All right, let's get it. Hello.
Hello. 1 second. Yeah, hello.
Perfect. You see and hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool. Well, curious, man. How'd you come across this?
So I've been following for like a while now. Like it's been like 6 months. So I've been following him. I've been going.
I don't really start my calls like that anymore. Like, how did you find us? It's not always very relevant how they found like this. Yeah, I don't really suggest starting with that. It's not that relevant. Like how they found you, it doesn't fucking matter. I used to do it to be able to gauge if this is someone who's been following for a while or if they are like brand new. But again, it doesn't matter.
Going through his videos and all that. And I'm actually a student, so I'm still like studying, but I'm on a placement year, so I'm working for this 1 year. So I've started earning a bit, so I thought let's try something out. and that's when I
Okay.
came to this. I thought it sounded good. Yeah.
Got you. Okay. And what was it that you, I guess, saw that made you want to take it a step further and jump on a call today? So that's a relevant question. Mind you, we haven't even framed the call yet. That's a relevant question because that's going to give me a little bit of context around where his mind at and like what made him want to book the call. So I would keep that.
Maybe I thought it was the right time. So that's one thing because I have some amount to invest into what I want to do. So that's one
Mhm.
of the reasons. And apart from that, I thought so I'm also into content creation. Like I post on Instagram, I post gym reels and stuff.
Yo, I know y'all can tell that this kid's Indian. I was so proud to close this call. Y'all know how Indians are. Let's keep going.
So YouTube automation could be something similar to content creation. So that's also something I'm interested in. And if I
Okay.
can monetize that, then it would be suitable for me right now. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll make sure we get into everything. Just to give you an idea what these calls look like, super simple. So really understand a little more about yourself and like where you're at right now versus where you'd rather be and what
Yeah,
that gap looks like. And feels like we could help you out. We'll talk possible next steps. We'll just keep going that direction. Would that help?
yeah, sounds good.
Cool. Right. So now I actually framed the call, right? I let him know how it's going to go. I'm high status. I didn't say any bullshit like, oh, where are you from? Why was the weather there? And I put him in a decision making state, seeing if it makes sense. We'll talk about possible next steps. The possible next steps is what helps drop his guard because there's a chance that this won't help and that this what isn't going to be for you. And then we're not going to talk about next steps. Don't let that go over your head. So let's rewind here. What's the ultimate goal or outcome you're hoping to achieve through YouTube?
So let's say like the idea is just to earn a passive income
Uh-huh.
initially from what income I'm getting. So let's say the goal would be like 5K per month.
Got you. Okay. And you said you're in school right now, but you're also working. So are you in school and working, or you're just working and not school?
So what I'm doing is so in the UK it's like there's something called placement here. So
Okay.
you'd be like studying for 2 years, then your third year will be work experience, and then you go back to
Oh, my bad. Forgot to say. Now that we've framed the call, now what we're getting into is understanding his problems, right? And in order to understand his problems, you have to get context around his current situation. And so this is going to be really important because this is where a lot of you fuck the call up because he's young and doesn't have pain. This is where the sale is going to be made, right? Is understanding what is it that he's trying to get away from. And so there's three key goals here in the problem stage. It's understanding what the problems are themselves, right? And then a layer beneath that is what are the impacts of those problems, and then how long have those problems been going on. Those are the three things we're trying to find here.
so I'm in that work experience. So it's not much of studying, it's mostly just work.
Oh, got you, got you. And what's your job? What do you work at?
So I work with a government funded public organization. It's related to pensions.
Mm-hmm.
I work on the enforcement side, so more of like research and investigation and stuff like that. So I do criminology.
Mm,
It's related to that. Yeah.
got you. So educate me a little here. Is it like you're like working in fraud protection or what?
Yeah, so something like that. Like now, so pensions means, let's say, white collar crimes.
Mm,
So some firms don't really, uh, they could make like wrong investments,
mm-hmm.
some illegal stuff under the table. So pensions regulator makes sure that doesn't happen. They
Got
regulate
you.
pensions and the funds and make sure the investments go into the right place. So I'm an intern, so I won't be like directly involved in it, but I
Mm-hmm.
provide like admin support and I'll be like I have a case for myself. So I take care of all the like scheduling the meetings and all that. But
Mm-hmm.
I also have like the case knowledge, like in case the
We're honestly going way too deep into what exactly it is that he does, so I'm pretty sure I pivoted next because I'm like, okay, I don't like we're getting a little too deep into this shit.
supervisors change, I'll make sure they get to know what's happening and all that.
Got you.
Yeah.
So basically, you're the one who's Also, I'm saying got you entirely too many. Like, if anyone has seen my reel where I'm like, don't be the guy who says gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. It's because I was that fucking guy. I've said gotcha probably like 4 times in the last minute. Choose a different fucking word. You're making sure that the guys in the suits aren't out there doing shady shit.
Yeah, basically that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And do you like what you do, or where's your mind at with that?
So I would say it's like it's too early because I'm not gonna be able to do what I want directly. Like I'm still an intern. I'm like 20. So
Hmm.
it is my field. Like this is my passion.
Hmm.
So I would say I like it. Yeah. It's not like I love it, but I don't
Hmm.
mind. Like something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I guess what's the He likes it, but he doesn't love it, something like that, right? This, and he's brand new, he's an intern. So we're gonna need to peel back way more to understand why this kid would drop $7,000. The rationale behind doing something like this, as
Mhm.
opposed to just double down on that, go ahead and have a career. Like, what has you wanting to have your attention here? So boom, that's exactly how we're gonna get it, right? Is we're gonna pull it back a little bit and say, oh, okay, I mean, it sounds like you're on your way to a good career. Why not just do that? Right? We're gonna pull it away and then he's gonna lean in like, oh yeah, fuck a career, right?
So let's say no matter how long I work, there's like there's gonna be a limit that you can earn. Like if you're just working, if you have like one source of income. So
Mm-hmm.
I would prefer like a few like two sources of income. And then if my like let's say I want to start a side hustle right now, like that's my main goal. And if I have like if you find the right one, then that can become your life and then you can like move away from so basically what I'm doing is a 9 to 5. So that's not what I want to do. So the goal is to do something like what do you say? Like a side hustle, yeah.
So he's limited and it's not what he wants to do. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Gotcha. So, oh my God, it's a gotcha again. What the fuck? Just so I have some clarity here.
Yeah.
So you're doing the 9 to 5, like the job with the white collar crimes, but it's not necessarily what you want to do forever.
Yeah, you can say that.
That's interesting. I guess, I mean, it sounds like you have a good career. At least you're taking the steps towards a good career. I mean, most people would just finish the internship, get a role, have a nice retirement, and just go that route. Like, why is that not the case for you? Why is it different for you? I'm confused. I'm confused. Yeah, he's on his path to a good role. Why not just keep doing that? That's what most people would do.
Let's say I feel like I've been made for something like bigger. Like
Mm.
I've always had that feeling and I need more. So that's basically it. Like I have more time to work. I can do something with my life rather than just stick to my work and come back.
So now we're starting to get a little of an identity, right? I'm I'm meant for more than just working, right? This is the small language patterns that you have to be able to pick up on guys like this. These are like the Iman Gaji fanboy types, right? Who they don't want to be stuck in the matrix. This kid probably loves Andrew Tate, right? That's the type of stuff that you want to pick up on because when he's making the decision at the end of the call, that is the identity that you want him to be able to make the decision. And not even just for you, for him, right? He has to make the decision through the lens of someone who knows that he wants more and he's better than what he's currently getting. Let's keep going.
Back and just like
Hmm.
go to my work every day. So yeah.
Right, right. And when you say you need more, like what do you feel? Sorry, I'm dying over here.
Uh,
Um, when you say you need more, like what do you feel like the 9 to 5 isn't necessarily giving you that like having your own business would? Like what get specific, right? He gave us some juice, but we're not just gonna leave it there, right? What are the problems? We're still there, right? We're slowly starting to get into the how it's affecting him now. Like what would a 9 to 5 not give him? Boom. What do you mean by more?
by more, I'd say money is definitely a factor.
Hmm.
Like have enough so that you can give as well. So
Hmm.
that's also a factor. And and time as well. Like if I'm doing a 9 to 5 throughout my life, then I'm
Hmm.
not gonna have the time to do what I really want as well.
Mm.
So
Right.
that's like one of the main reasons. So because
So pay attention to this, right? He's not going to be able to do things that he doesn't want, and he feels like he's made for more than that. And so this is a strong identity that he is building within himself, which is fucking great for him, right? This, like I said earlier, is where the decision needs to be rooted in. And also, we have to villainize those kinds of people. We have to villainize the common man, the 9 to 5er, and we have to villainize how they make decisions. Because if he makes decisions like them, he's going to end up like them. They don't put their fucking nuts on the table and drop 7 grand to learn how to start an online business. He's different though. Let's keep going.
I'm I'm really into fitness. So this is
Hmm.
also my passion. So I want to do something in the fitness industry.
Hmm.
So for which like a good reach would be like very helpful.
Right, right. Got you. So, how, if I'm understanding correctly here, take a shot every time I say got you. Y'all gonna be fucked up by the end of this video. You're in this career, not necessarily your passion. Sure, it's a good career. Sure, it could pay the bills, but not necessarily somewhere you see yourself long term. Like
And
making content, being in fitness is where you could see yourself.
yeah, so I would say this is like what I'm interested in as well. I'm interested in my career,
Okay.
but it's like I definitely don't want to do it throughout my life. Like maybe like
Right.
5 years or something till I have made something. on the fitness side, because this is a very risky thing. You can't like go into this full-fledged right now. Like I need some
Mm-hmm.
backup to make money. So
Right.
something. Yeah.
And have you been looking at other avenues of making money online? Is this like one of the first stops, or how's that look?
So I've looked at like SMMA. I've looked at that, but since I'm a student in the UK and I'm an international student, I can't really start it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are some limitations with my visa, like the things I can do. So even with YouTube automation, I can't bring in money through my account, like in the UK. So it has to go to my account in Dubai.
Mm.
So so I have some limitations in that way. Yeah.
And what limitations do you have with SMMA? So I am noticing here that I skipped the duration, or maybe I come back to it because now we're moving into the next part of the call, which is heaven/solutions. Before we keep going, there's a lot more left to be able to kind of tie these pieces in together, but we already have some gold that he doesn't want to be the 9 to 5, or he doesn't want to have this very restricted life, right? And this is how we're going to help him make decision, is through the identity. Now, when it comes to being able to take something like that and weave it together and use it throughout your call, there's two ways you could go about that. You can continue watching videos like this, taking it to your call, using it on real leads and not getting any real feedback, and then eventually getting it right. Or you can work one-on-one with someone who's worked with countless other reps in the exact same place who used to sit there watching videos just like this. You're smarter than that. You know what's going to get you to your goals quicker. If that's you, hit the link below, see if you qualify. Again, do not do it if you're not already on an offer. Let's keep going.
So
Now, in this part, what we're looking for is we're figuring out other ways that he's tried to solve this, right? And we're going to DQ the other things, which is what I'm doing here, understanding the other shit that he's looked at. And then we're going to have him sell himself on the solution I'm selling, which at this time was YouTube automation. And then we're going to future pace and have him paint his version of success. So what does he try to solve it? DQ the other solutions, sell himself on us, and then future pace and get him on fucking La La Land of what success looks like, right?
the SMMA is basically you're self-employed.
Right.
So when you're on a student visa in the UK, I'm an international student, so I'm Indian, brought up in Dubai, so I'm here.
I would not have guessed.
When you're on a student visa, you're not supposed to be self-employed.
Ah, gotcha.
So I went through all of that and I realized I can't start, like I did all the process and all that, but I realized I can't start that in the UK. And in Dubai, to start that in Dubai, you need like a proper official license. And that's going to cost you a decent amount as well.
Yeah. And so you know that you don't have those limitations with YouTube automation?
I know that I don't have that in the UK. I mean, I have that in the UK, but I know you can get it in Dubai because one of my friends is doing YouTube, like not YouTube automation. He posts his own videos and he's been making money as well. So I know it's like, and he's a student, so I know you can do it.
Got you. Got you.
But it
Okay.
can't definitely
That's two more shots.
get into my account in the UK. So that I know.
So I mean, it just sounds like easy logistical stuff, right? Which you could have easily solved with the SMMA. So like aside from that, is there anything that was really keeping you from like actually taking that route and starting that journey of SMMA?
No, this was like one of the main reasons, but also in terms, I feel like SMMA is definitely going to be harder than YouTube automation.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is easy.
So remember, right, figuring out what he's tried and DQing those things. And so I'm pushing back a little bit here because that's like easy logistical shit that he's talking about. Is there anything else that's kept you from doing that vehicle? Because I don't want at the end of the call for him to say, you know what, I'm just going to go do the SMMA thing. I think I can figure it out. I can figure out the logistical shit, right? We need real reasons.
But I would say definitely that's going to require more. And you got to sell a product first of all. So you have to build something, and there's a lot of, it's going to take a good amount of time.
Boom. It's harder. It's going to take a good amount of time. You have to build something. Cool.
Yeah, for me, the first step was like building like the logistics and like making a company. And when I wasn't able to do that, I didn't really think forward after that because that was completely stopped me. Yeah, so that's why I didn't get into that.
Got you. So logistics aside, it's not really a business model you could see yourself doing because it just requires more out of you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so aside from YouTube automation being a easier route in terms of like the legalities, is there anything else that's like pushing you this direction? Boom. Now we're having him, right? Now we're at part 2 or 3. We're having him sell himself on our solution. So what is it about this business model that makes you feel like, okay, I could potentially see myself doing that?
So like I said, I would say content creation is one of my interests.
Yeah.
Like I like that. So that would be that. This also like related to that also. All the way like it's YouTube automation. I'm not gonna do the content. It's gonna
Hmm.
be outsourced. So I like that part of it,
Hmm.
and it seems plausible. Like I feel like I can do it.
Yeah.
So one, yeah,
Just less manpower, right? You don't have to have a bunch of sales calls with these corporate motherfuckers trying to sell them your service, right?
yeah, exactly.
It's just you and your computer and your freelancer, so that makes sense. And with what you know about YouTube
Yeah, because who wants to have a bunch of sales calls, right? Fuck sales calls.
automation so far, what are some like, I guess, obstacles, challenges? Like, what do you think you would need the most help with?
Yeah. So for me, I
So this is something different in my process then versus now, right? This is me asking him what specific areas he would need help with, and then asking him why not do it by himself. That was really, I used to do that a lot in BizOps. So to be able to prevent the DIY objection, like, oh, I'll just figure it out by myself. So it's not exactly following the process that I said earlier, but this is also really important if you sell anything BizOps.
had like few questions.
Sure.
So from what I know, you're gonna basically outsource the script writer, the voice artist, the video editor, and the graphic designer. Yeah.
Right.
So my question was that suppose if I can be the script writer, can I just outsource the other three?
So, I mean, you can, it's up to you, right? But like, that's not the strategy we follow, right? Because the goal here, like you said, is that you're not the one doing it and you're automating it. And so if you're the one who's doing the script writing, that means you have to go learn how to write a script, right? Which isn't, we're not in the business of script writing here. We're in the business of automating a channel, right? And so it's possible, yes, but your results may not be as good as just like going out and finding someone.
Okay.
You get me? And
Yeah.
so I guess is that an area of help that you feel like you would need is like finding the right.
So he asked me a logistical answer. I gave him a logistical question. I gave him a sharp answer, and then I ended it with a question like, okay, is that an area that you feel like you would need help on? Because he didn't even answer the fucking question.
People or like what do you
Yeah,
feel like
so yeah, another question was like, now if I outsource like everyone separately, how are they gonna coordinate for the video? How's that gonna work?
got you. Okay. I'll cover that towards the end.
Take another shot.
But okay, so like how to manage them is something.
Also, don't let that go over your head. Now, what I don't want to happen is that this call turns into a Q&A where he just got an answer to his first question. Now he has another question, another question, another question. That is not what this is going to be. So I answered the first one. I'm like, okay, now you're going to have to hold your fucking question and I'll answer it towards the end. But in my head, I'm gathering that when I go to pitch him, like, okay, this is what he's telling me he's struggling with, right? Is being able to find the right people, being able to coordinate them.
Something.
Yeah, like yeah, I don't like I understand we're gonna outsource them, but like we to make a video, we need all four of them to come together.
Hmm.
So I'm assuming all four are gonna be different people.
Right.
Like, yeah, so how are they gonna be coordinated? Like how are we gonna collaborate? Like is there like a system that you follow for that or something like
Yeah.
that? That was
Yeah.
my
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely a system to manage them. So I'll make sure we cover that. So freelance.
This little fucker tried to ask me the question again, right? Like, this is subconsciously, he's not doing it maliciously, but this is how you can lose control of the call. Because if I continue answering it, again, it turns into a Q&A. So I'm not being a dick, but I'm also being assertive and saying, look, I'm going to get to that shit towards the end. Let's keep going.
Answers is one piece. Like, is there any other area that you're like, yeah, I would definitely need help on this part?
Mm, yeah, so another question was that now I choose the niche for my channel.
Hmm.
I have the video ideas. So what do I do after that? Like, do we go to the script writer? So what do we do? Like, we've got like an immediate idea. So what happens?
Yeah, yeah. So it sounds like just based on your questions, it sounds like you understand the beginning and the end, but the middle is a little blurry. Like how to make it happen, how to get to that end is a little
Yeah.
blurry, right?
Right? Again, dog, we're not going to let this turn into a Q&A, and I'm making that very clear. And so the way I ended that off was gold here. He just gave me another logistical question. So it sounds like the beginning and the end is pretty clear, but the middle of how to actually get there is what's blurry.
So you just need a roadmap like A to Z.
Yeah, like how it works basically to understand that. Yeah.
Got you. Yeah, again, I'll make sure we cover that
Take another shot.
towards the end. And I guess what has you wanting to get like outside support or outside help as opposed to just research your way through, trial and error your way through, just figure it out by yourself? What has you wanting to skip that and get outside support?
So what did I just do here? So I got what I needed as far as like where he would need help. Now I'm asking him what has him open to getting support. And the way that I say it is very important because it's the difference between sales and manipulation is your intention, right? Because it can come off manipulative, but I'm here to help him. You want to ask it in a way that kind of shits on the other option without being super blatant and obvious, right? And the thing about that is if you phrase it in a way that doesn't kind of shit on the other option subtly, then you're gonna plant in his mind like, you know what? That is a good idea. Like maybe I should do it on my own, and then you're fucked. So you want to make that option seem like it's gonna take way more work, and like he's being smart. Like what has he wanting to take the smart route?
Okay, you mean like to find the niche and to find what's working, like support for that.
Right. Like what has you wanting to get a coach to help you with that as opposed to just go trial and error and just figure it out by yourself?
I mean, a guidance would be like helpful initially because I'm not aware of how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It would be helpful.
Right, right. You go faster and further with help, right? So no reason to reinvent the wheel. Um, okay. And before us,
You go faster and further with help, so no need to reinvent the wheel. In hindsight, I probably would have added, and you're smart for saying that, right? Putting more of an identity frame on him. Remember, this guy wants to be an entrepreneur. He wants to think like an entrepreneur, right?
having this conversation, were you out there looking for a coach or a mentor to help with the guidance so that you can have that extra stream of income, or
No, I didn't look for any coach or anything.
no? Okay. What stopped you from looking?
Like I wasn't aware of YouTube automation till I came across Raz.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really know about it. So everything I know about is through his Instagram account.
Got you. So no need to look, right?
Yeah.
Got you. And got you. And with that,
Two more shots. But the way I handle my calls now and why I get way less objections now, this kid had an objection at the end. If we have time, I'll run through that. But the difference is that I would have challenged the fuck out of that because he just said, "Oh, I didn't know it existed. I just found out about it." And that is bullshit, right? Even if he just found out about us, even if he just found out about the business model, he has known that he doesn't want to do what he's doing and he's taken no proactive steps. I would have challenged that to get ahead of an objection.
what's like your ideal criteria? Obviously, a roadmap is important, but when it comes to like the coach themselves, what would you have to see in them to feel comfortable about actually starting a channel? Like, what would you have to see in the coach?
Say just someone who can give you the confidence that you can complete the task. Like someone who's very aware of the system and he knows how it works.
Mhm.
And that's all I can
Gotcha.
think of now. Yeah.
No worries, man. It's not a test question. Gotcha. So when you say someone who could give you the
Another shot.
confidence of completing it, do you feel like right now you're lacking a little confidence of like being able to complete it, or like what makes that part so important to you?
Because for me, from what I get confidence is when I have like undeniable proof of how good I am at a certain thing. And right now, I don't think I know enough to be good at it. So someone who can like give me the knowledge to be good at it. So that's what I mean.
Makes sense. Like a personal trainer, right? You said you're into fitness.
Yes.
And like we're talking about your goals here, but at a pretty high level, right? Like we know you want to make the five.
So now we know that he's not going to try to do the DIY shit. He's not going to go do the fucking the SMMA, right? Now we are going to future pace and we're going to find out, well, what does this kid actually want? What does success look like for him?
5K a month. Well, not necessarily. Like we just know you want the time freedom and the passive income, but I don't think we exactly like quantified it. And so is that the 5K a month that would be your financial goal here?
I wouldn't say that would be the financial goal. Like for me, I want to learn the skill. I want to get good at it. And then I don't want to limit myself that this is what I want to earn. Like
Hmm.
whatever comes, comes. But I'll give my best. So you
Okay.
can go with that. And initially it's gonna be, let's say for 3 months you're not gonna earn much. Like it's gonna take time. It's not like a fast process. So I understand that.
Hmm.
So let's say 5K is like the goal for now. Yeah.
Cool. Now, and let's future pace that out, right? Like right now it's just a number on the screen. Let's say we're I don't know, we're 6 months out.
What does it actually do for him, right? It's just numbers, right?
It's August. You're consistently making the 5K a month, but from your channel. Like what does that change for you? Like how different do things look then 6 months out compared to now?
I would say for now, I would, I would definitely not like use that money. It'll be more of like reinvesting it into whatever. Like if I know something is working, I'm gonna potentially reinvest it. So I'm not gonna like really change my lifestyle with that 5K.
So then that means that number is insignificant to him. If it's not going to change anything and all he's going to do is reinvest it. Like you don't fucking wake up in the morning excited to go reinvest, right? Like we need real reasons as to why this kid would A, drop 7 grand, and B, actually stick it through. Let's keep going.
That's not gonna be my goal because I would say like I decently have what I want right now, but I
Hmm.
just build something for myself.
Okay. And so like let's zoom out even beyond college, right? So obviously you said you don't hate your job, but you don't love it, right? And the goal is to be able to do your own thing. And so for you to not even have to work that job, because if I'm understanding right,
So before we keep going here, something key is when it comes to future pacing, when it comes to talking about goals, the best way to think about it is it has to be in the middle, right? If it's too minuscule, then they don't give a fuck to actually do something about it. But if it's too grand, if it's too big, then his perceived likelihood of that actually happening isn't high. He doesn't actually think he can get there. So, like, if you're selling fitness, right? Someone telling you that they want to lose 10 pounds, 10 pounds is insignificant. It doesn't mean shit. What about the other 50, fatty? But if they tell you that they want to lose 150 pounds in 6 months, well, they don't actually believe that they can even do that in that time period. And so you have to be able to get in the middle, a goal that actually matters and means something to them that they believe that they could do. Watch where we go here.
that's the ultimate goal is to not have to work a 9 to 5, right?
Yeah, that's the main goal.
So what would it take?
And so we're anchoring, right? Because he said that he doesn't want to have to work a 9 to 5 when he's done school. So that's what we're going to anchor it off of now. Okay. So since that's important to him, in order to do that, what does he need to make? But listen to how he answers me.
Financially for you to not have to work a 9 to 5? What would that be?
Like you mean what kind of money would satisfy me if I'm not working the 9 to 5?
Yeah, every month, right?
Yeah, okay. Okay, I'm gonna be ambitious here.
Go ahead.
Let's say like 50,000 pounds.
50, 50?
See, now we're like, we went from 5 to 50. Now it's like, we need to kind of bring him back to reality a little bit.
Yeah, 50.
Okay. Gotcha. So
Being ambitious.
it would take you 600 grand a year to not work. So if you're making anything less than 600 grand a year, you're still trading all your time at the 9 to 5.
No, I don't understand. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, so if I'm understanding, it would take you 600 grand a year to not work the 9 to 5. So if
Yeah.
you're making anything less than 600 grand a year, you're still trading all your time at the 9 to 5.
We have to show him how silly that sounds, right? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
No, I wouldn't say that because definitely I'm not gonna earn that much. I'm just being ambitious here when you said like what would satisfy me apart from that.
I'm just being ambitious means I'm just jerking myself off with numbers that I don't even believe are possible right now.
So let's say my average salary in the UK is gonna be, let's say, like initially for the offer I complete, it's gonna be
Mm-hmm.
30K per year,
Mm-hmm.
30,000 per year. That's gonna be about, well, it's not that much. So anywhere above that, because I'm definitely, even if my passive income is gonna go about like 10, 20K, let's say when it increases, when it's more than my salary, I would like stop working my 9 to 5. Let's put it that way.
Your salary of 50K.
Yeah, whatever my salary is, if my passive income can take over that per month,
Yeah.
like consider stopping my 9 to 5. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And the reason I'm staying on this for so long is because a lot of times we think that our goals are so much further than they are, right? It doesn't take 600 grand a year for you to not have to work the 9 to 5 and have the time freedom, right? And so the real goal for you is to be able to pull back from the 9 to 5 and not have to do it forever is the same 5K a month, right?
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 60, it'd be 60K, yeah.
Yeah. And you said time freedom is important.
So, what have we done here? We've taken the same goal that he first gave me that was pretty meaningless, and he said that he would just fucking reinvest it, and ultimately nothing that helped him actually be motivated to do something. And then he told me this crazy big goal that he's so far behind from that he doesn't even fully believe is possible. He's jerking himself off thinking like 50, like I'm just being ambitious. But with the probing, we've been able to get that first answer that he gave and attach something meaningful to it, because he said if I can earn more than what the 9 to 5 is going to give me, which is 50K, then it would make sense for me to pull back. And so that same, which is that same 5K. And so 5K a month has way more meaning simply because I asked a couple questions to probe into it.
Important you, right? Like, what would you be doing, I guess, with this additional time that you have, compared to now? Like, what would that time freedom allow for you?
The first thing would be like
Now we're future pacing even further of like, okay, what does life actually look like?
I would want to retire my parents. That's very important for me. I'd like to
Mhm.
retire my parents, and then like I would get more freedom, more time to travel around,
Mhm.
and yeah, traveling, and then maybe investing in other things as well. Like this, if this works, I'm not gonna just stop with YouTube automation. I might invest that money into something else.
Yeah, of course. 5K a month isn't the end goal, right?
Yeah,
And
So more time to travel, where's like the first place you would go?
get descriptive.
I haven't thought of that much, but let's say I plan to go to Czech Republic, like Prague,
Hmm.
because my friend stays there. So I wanted to visit there. So maybe I would go there.
Yeah, for sure.
The
And
thing is, I live in Dubai, so I don't really like when you live in Dubai, anywhere else you go, it's gonna be a bit, it's not gonna be great.
it's underwhelming, right? You live in one of the fucking richest countries in the world, right? And like I know something else you were saying is that you're really into content creation, right?
Yeah.
And so like how does that feel for you, right? Again, we're zooming out, you're at that point, you're making this income independently, and it's from content creation, which is like a bigger passion. Like how does that feel for you that you're leaning into your passion and you're making money?
Get descriptive, right? He has to fucking be on La La Land. He has to feel the shit. And you can get away with stuff like this with the younger guys. Any of the calls that you see where I'm selling the doctors, I won't ask a question like in that way, right? But when it's someone like this, you can, which is the beauty.
Yeah, that would be the dream. Yeah. So that'd be good. Like I can also, if I'm earning more, I can invest that into my content as well. Again, ads,
Right.
YouTube ads, meta ads, and all that. So you can like increase my reach,
Hmm.
then potentially like build a product, and then I can sell that as well. So
Yeah.
that would like help me in many ways. Yeah.
Just keep scaling, right? And when it comes to actually getting the ball rolling and like putting those pieces together, just so I understand your timeline, like what makes now so important for you as opposed to I'll just revisit this in another 6 months, right? I'll do it in 3 months and I'll start then. Like, why is that not the case? What makes now so important for you?
This is, I do my why now much better now, right? I tie the why now to, like I said earlier, I would have challenged his I didn't know this existed. I would have found the limiting belief, and then I would have asked him why now to overcome that limiting belief, right? That's how I would have done it these days. First of all, this is proof that you don't have to have a perfect sales call to get deals. I was making like 20 grand a month, 25 grand a month on this offer. One. Two, it's still an important question to ask, right? And you can hear how I'm asking it in a fairly leading way of like, why not just like kick the can down the road another 3 months, another 6 months? Like, why now? So he can sell himself to me on why now is so important.
Because I just started working 9 to 5, so now only I know how a 9 to 5 is.
Hmm.
It's like now that I've started working it, I don't want to do it again after this year.
Mm,
If I complete my college, I potentially already want to have something else that I'm working on,
right.
you know? So that's like the main thing. Maybe that was like me waking up from everything, like starting to do the 9 to 5. Although I like
Yeah.
the experience, I love it, but still I know like this is not what I want to do for the rest of my life.
These are huge anchors to be able to use at the end if we get an objection.
It's good that you're learning that now and not 30 years later, right?
Yeah.
With that, like, is it okay if I ask you an honest question?
Yeah.
So there's, right, boom. Now we're getting into the consequence or the hell. What happens if nothing changes, right?
There's two sides to every coin, right? One side of that coin is that you are making money independently. You're retiring your parents, you're traveling, you're reinvesting. But the other side of that coin is that this next year goes by and you don't take that action. And maybe you get a full-time job and 2, 3 years go by business is still an idea, but you haven't necessarily taken that step forward and you're not anywhere closer to that time freedom. Like, have you thought about or considered, I guess, what that would feel like looking back a year or two from now if things look the exact same and you weren't any closer to time freedom because you didn't take action?
That was a long ass question. I don't know why I used to drag out the cost of inaction like that. I would just straight up ask, have you considered what happens if another 6 months, year go by, and we're still in this place that we haven't taken action and nothing's changed? Have you thought about what that would feel like? I would just ask the fucking like, I don't know why I used to drag this shit out like that.
Well, that's a good question. I mean, obviously, so I have like this script that I've wrote. So
Okay.
what I would do if I don't achieve all my goals, like what would I do? So I do read that, and then I also have a script where
Do y'all hear this? This is gold. He just told me that he has consequenced himself already. He has a list of what happens if nothing changes and he doesn't achieve his goals.
if I do all my goals, where I would reach. So I
Mm.
have a script. So where I think about, I would be like how, sorry,
Okay.
I do think about that often. So that's also another reason for me taking action right now, because I've hit my 20s, like I'm in my 20s now. So I feel like I have that sense of urgency to start working on myself.
Right. And that's I've never heard that you have this sheet of like the consequences. What are the consequences if you don't achieve your goals? Like,
I'd be tripping to not ask him that.
Man, I saw this on an Instagram reel which said like write it down, which it can help you like motivate you for things. So it's
Mhm.
basically can't find it right now. So it's basically you write down all your goals, like
Mhm.
your financial goals, your fitness goals, and your like diet goals, everything, all kind of goals. And if you don't achieve all of that, how would you be? Like, suppose if I keep working, if I don't take action and don't start a side hustle, I'll have to do a 9 to 5 for the rest of my life, and I'll just like get pensions and then retire when I'm 60. That's a very boring life. So I
Mm.
don't want to be that. And then let's
What did I say earlier? Identity is huge for these younger guys, right? Like, he villainizes the 9 to 5er, and when he thinks about what happens if nothing changes, it's him being the fucking sad old 9 to 5er who never really had much to account for in their lives, right? That's what he doesn't want.
say fitness. If I don't go to the gym, if I don't work out hard, I'm gonna put on a belly, gonna look unattractive with a lot
Right.
of comments. So that's gonna like open your eyes. So that'll motivate you to like strive for more. So something like that. Yeah.
Right. And help me understand, like, what would bother you the most about that if that was your reality? If you work in this job forever, you're retired when you're 60, like what would bother you the most about that? Because that's a lot of people's reality.
Mhm. The thing is, when you're old and you look
Boom, dig deeper. What would bother you the most about that, my young Indian friend?
back, you're gonna be disappointed. Like you're gonna have that regret.
Mm-hmm.
That would be very disappointing. Like imagine living your whole life. You only live once, and you haven't given your all. You haven't tried everything.
Right.
It's gonna be disappointing. Yeah.
Sure. And comfort is what gets you there, right? And so let's not let that be the case for you. Based on our conversation.
Boom, and then we get into the pitch, right? So there's a couple things. Again, your call literally doesn't have to be perfect. Like, I was making 20 grand a month on this offer, and I'm finding so many gaps just by listening to this call of things that could have been better. So you don't have to have a perfect call, right? Number two is what I would have changed is I would have asked sharper, more pointed questions. I wouldn't have fucking dragged it out as much as I did. I wouldn't have said gotcha a million times, because if you've been taking shots, you're probably on the floor right now. And I would have future paced him based off of identity. Like, okay, that name, person, whatever, I'm not gonna say his name, but Mr. Prospect 2.0, who is running a business, who doesn't work the 9 to 5, what traits or characteristics do you think he has? Right? And that would have got him to say he takes action, he takes risk. Okay, and what do you think that version of yourself, what do you think the current version would need to let go of to be him? Right? Maybe he would have told me some fears, etc., etc. Like, I would have included that too, but it doesn't have to be perfect. And the kid ended up moving forward. And so, boom, that is exactly how you close a young motherfucker who has no pain. Now, if I dive into the objections, it was probably like 10 minutes worth of objection handling, which is probably going to add another 20 minutes to this video. So this video is already going to be long as fuck, so we're not going to add that here. But if y'all want to see that, just comment young bull objection. If you want to see me objection handling him out of his own way towards the end, comment down below and I'll make another video on that. If you got any value here, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm dropping twice a week on your fucking head tops every single week. If you're a closer, you know you're leaving money on the table, hit the link below, see if you qualify to work with me. I only work with 5 new people every month, so if that's you, hit the link below. If not, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.